Jimmy Cricket?
We usually get the nicer ones.
I'll help you.
Oh!
Listen, look.
These are really nice. Big.
I wish we could have it.
It's got 2 windows.
Leave.
Hey guys, so here's a little bit of progress I made on our potato bed. I know some of you guys go way out and do a whole bunch of potatoes. Well, this is what we have room for. So this is what I'm doing right here. It's right up next to our clothesline, and then over here is the greenhouse. So just this little space. Jeremiah can still get the mower in, but just trying to use up the available space that we have. We're just trying to do what we can, try to expand on what we already have, and this is one of the ways. So we didn't have very many potatoes. We got a few more, and then our county kind of shut down, so we're not going anywhere else. I'm using what we have, and then I also found some russet potatoes in our pantry that were starting to grow eyes, so I cut those up and we're gonna plant those too. I don't know how well they'll turn out, but we're gonna try. So most of these little chunks that I'm shoveling up, I'm just putting them in my garden over here as kind of a border. And then that way I'll be able to add in some mulch and it'll kind of stay where I want it to stay. We started some lettuce seeds, but they got knocked over by some of the kids, and that's fine, but we just got some lettuce starts. We got some more onions and we planted those in here too. Check this out though. I don't remember planting basil, but there is a bunch of it growing all over here. I think what happened is that I threw out some seeds and basil was in them, which is great and it looks really good. I usually have a really terrible time keeping basil in a pot. I don't know what happens. I'm just not that great at it. But this is really, really thriving. And I know I'm going to regret that because it'll probably take over the whole garden, but it smells amazing. This is comfrey right here. I'm probably going to be able to dig this up and transfer it to a couple different spots. These comfrey plants get huge. I've had them for, I think, 3 years now. Yeah, I think 3. And every year I divide them up and plant them all over our property. They're really good for adding to your compost. They're green manure, and so they help the compost break down really quickly. It's also good for giving to the chickens. They love it, and of course that just works into their manure and everything. So it's an all-around great plant to have, especially if you are gardening. So I'm not sure what kind of potatoes we have here, except for those russets that I talked about. Cut the big ones into pieces and they've kind of scabbed over. Oops. So we're gonna go ahead and get those ones in the ground. I just cut these today, so we'll let them scab over a little bit. But it's gonna rain tonight, so I wanted to get these in the ground. So you just take them, put the scab side down, and these ones are the red potatoes. This one is pretty small. It doesn't have very many eyes. I'm just going to leave that in there. And we're just going to cover them with straw. Dump it right there. Thank
Smells
you.
good though.
Yeah, it does. We're just going to cover it enough to keep the cats out of it and to cover it up so that it's not really in the sun.
glad when this gets lighter.
Yeah. That's our motivation to get this done.
Yep. I'll be glad when you're my size so you can do it. Alright, keep pulling. Keep going. Good job.
Did you color on yourself?
Wow.
Yeah. How come?
We're going to need all that stuff down here in just a minute. One of the things that we're trying to do with our pigs is being able to rotate them. So last year we weren't able to rotate them as much. So we're going to use a 14 gauge wire, and we're going to make some perimeter fence that's a little more semi-permanent, and then we're going to paddock off the crossways with like some poly braid or something like that. And then we'll paddock off all of the pigs in this is kind of one side of the pond, and then they'll actually go on this side of the pond up and kind of come back around back to the pen to this gate. So I probably should have done H braces is what I'm finding out, which is, you know, I didn't think stretching this would be that big of a deal, but turning out it is. They're going to go through and they're going to be a little rough on the paddock the first time they go through it, and then that impact changes every time, just because pigs normally, they go after the real good stuff. They're just like cows or any kind of animal. They go after the good stuff first. Once they get the good stuff, they're going to get bigger, they're going to get lazier, they're not going to be as active. So we're hoping to minimize that impact. So it just trying to get future ideas and future processes through, and you know, just kind of utilize the land that we have here to up our food production game. And I'm really excited. I think Jesse's excited.
Yes.
So this kind of gives us the ability, hopefully, to raise more pigs for our consumption and also others.
And then in between the pigs moving around, we're gonna reseed it, right, and bring the chickens in. Is that what we're planning on doing?
Yeah, we'll do probably some annual crops or annual, you know, we'll throw some barley or something that's an annual down during the very productive months. Again, we don't expect, because it's very pasture based or very forest based in here, we don't expect a high germination rate, but it'll also give the pigs some forage the next time they come through, and also just basically add a carbon bedding to the forest floor that will help grow vegetation. Again, a lot of it's trial and error. Last year with our 2 pigs were the pilot, and we realized, hey, we needed to expand their footprint so they weren't so hard on the spot that they are, because pigs are very hard on spot if you leave them in.
All right, well, I'm gonna go get dinner started. They're gonna keep working. What is your goal tonight?
Well, I'd like to get as much of this fence stretched as possible, and
how much do you think you can get done tonight?
I'm saying we can get 3 out of the 4 sides done, hopefully all 4 sides, and then that's my goal. Try to finish this up and get pigs out here by this weekend, and then they'll be much more visible, and I'm sure they'll really enjoy this.
Yeah.
And then once we get this done and start getting paddocks built, then it's time to move on to get ready for chicken. We got meat birds coming, I think,
in a month?
Yeah, about 100 of them coming in a month. So, and then we got more coming not too long after that, about another month. So we'll be full on pig and chicken operation here real quick. So I'm really excited to scale this up this year, because last year it was enough to keep us busy, but we could do more, and we knew that. And we got a lot of little helpers running around, and they're getting older, and they really are starting to enjoy doing this kind of thing.
So we're gonna keep on working, and we'll see you guys next time.
See you guys.
He shaved his beard.
Who did?
Dad.
You did?
Yeah.
When?
A few days ago.
Oh, I didn't notice.